Hi there, I wanted to give you a look at the Habit Trainer. This is a digital task card set that you can find at my store, Play Learn Talk on Boom Learning or Teacher Pay Teacher. And you are basically going to be training good habits in your students to replace negative behaviors that they currently have. You're also going to be teaching different calming techniques and building self-awareness of emotions, and then also replacing behaviors with more functional behaviors. So this is going to be your main page. Let's start with the awareness trainer. And what this is going to be doing is it's going to take common negative behaviors that are found in the classroom or at home, wherever the child is demonstrating them. And it's going to help your student dive into their emotions as to why they might be doing what they're doing. So let's go with biting, for example. And this page, it has two people. It has the person who's biting and a thought bubble. And then it has the carrier sentence, I bite others when I feel. And here's a star here that they can move. Now there are 4 pictures of 4 different emotions, and they are not labeled to give you some flexibility in the words that you choose with your student to describe that emotion. But we want to know, why does this person, when they're biting someone, what are they feeling? Why are they feeling that way? So I bite others when maybe I feel really anxious when I'm going to bite someone, okay? So you guys can talk about what the child might be thinking and move to the next page. So on this page, once again, we did how they feel, and then we're going to move over to this page for some perspective taking. So now we have this person's thought bubble who is being bitten. When I bite someone, they feel, and they get to decide out of these emotions how that person might feel. So let's say that person feels sad. Now the feeling check-in on the side here, this is for your student during your session. So this is for you to monitor how they're doing with this activity. This can be harder for other kids, some kids more than other kids. So you just want to check in. If they're doing okay with it, you can reference, hey, look, you look like you're feeling pretty content and happy and easygoing. Let's continue moving on. But if you notice they're starting to feel this way, you can point it out just to build that awareness again of how they're feeling. So let's move on to the next page. And now we say help or hurt it. When you blank, so you're going to make it a question. When you bite others, do you hurt or help your friendships? Now the star is in the center and your child gets to move it over here. It really hurts your friendships. Or if they some reason put it over here, you can talk with them about why it doesn't help their friendships to bite their friends. And they'd move it over here and go to the next page. So you can do it with any of these actions. Now to get back to the main page, you can always click this logo button at the top. And let's move over to some calming techniques. So we have, let's see, 12 options here. I tried to choose things that most students would have access to at any time. So if we go with stretching, for example, we have the same star system here, and all they're doing is just practicing the technique that they want. So you can have them practice stretching their hands up in the air, touching their head, touching their shoulders, touching their toes, or squatting down, or they can do something completely different. This is just to kind of inspire some stretching. And every time they do it, you just give them a star. So you're just positively reinforcing the actions they're taking to calm themselves. And this is a great section because it helps them figure out some techniques that they might not have chosen before. So once that's done, it just takes you back to this page. Once again, to get to the other sections, you go up to the top left corner, and we've done the awareness, we've done the calming techniques. Let's do the behavior trainer. So you can use this during your sessions, especially during teletherapy. Just pull it up in a separate window. Let's say, again, we'll go with biting. They're working on biting. So it says, I will not bite others. It has a big red circle behind it to let them know this is the action we don't want, and it also has the feeling check-in here. So down in the bottom is what we do want. So during your session, if you see them not biting someone, I mean, you may be reinforcing this, giving them 5 stars in 5 minutes, or it may be the whole entire session, just depends on how your student's doing. So I will not bite others. You can say, oh great, I saw that you were getting frustrated, you didn't bite anyone, you got a star. So once they fill up the stars, fill it up all the way, they've collected all the stars, they can hit next, and it says, yay, you've earned a break. And here you can check in again and reference that they should be feeling this emotion here. Your break is 4, and you get to choose how many minutes the break is for. So If the student is just starting out and they really had a hard time not biting someone, you can give them a 5-minute break. And eventually you can dwindle it down to a 1-minute break. So let's say we choose a 3-minute break, and then it says select time, then choose your break. So at this point you would set an actual timer if you need. And then you move over to this page and it says choose your break. So let's say we want some bubbles, and they put it into the carrier phrase, I want bubbles please. Here's the picture of bubbles. And when the break ends, hit next. It will bring you back to this page right here to practice either the same thing again. So if we want to continue practicing this, when you go back to this page, the stars will be here. So what I do is I just talk about each star. So I'll remove it and say, oh yeah, instead of this, we do this. So each time we're just modeling again verbally the expected behavior, and then we're stacking the stars on top, and then you can just start over. Okay, so if you have any questions, leave a comment below. And you can find this, the Habit Trainer, again on Teacher Pay Teacher or Boom Learning under Play Learn Talk, and it will be called the Habit Trainer.